Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are going to go after Jessica's businesses finally. It takes a bit of struggle, but we do eventually get some of her top businesses. We also go through what it takes to go through all the schedules that the AI makes, and unfortunately, it's a lot of work. Stay tuned today, guys. Enjoy the video. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. Let's get started. All right, let's get this started here. So we are looking at quite a few businesses that will be over 1 million with Jessica today. So we're going to start to target her highest income business first. That is LH Fruit Market, which thankfully we already have a fruit and vegetable store. So we have the logistics behind it. So when we take it over, we can continue that business as well. Currently, it's 3.6 million to take over. I'm sitting at 3.3 million. I let a couple, 3 days go by since we last saw each other. So trying to see or gauge how much we're getting per day. As you can see up here, I made 645,000 on our daily profit amount. So we're going to probably get to this point really easy in terms of buying her out. We're obviously going to be well over 3.6 million, but we all know that she's going to ask for quite a bit more than what it's actually worth. So why don't we look at her other options here real quick, just to make sure we're not missing anything. Maybe we could take over one of these other ones. But even this one's 3.3 million, for instance. 3 million. We could probably get that one right now. Probably not, actually, now that I think about it. So I think realistically, the best option is to actually just try to target her top business and go top down, just like we did with Ingrid. Just kneecap her. So we're going to move the day forward at least a few days so we can get some more money on this one, and we will take over LH Fruit Market. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, guys, it has been quite a few days. I have actually been attempting to get this store from Jessica multiple days now, and she has refused over and over. We are now at a point where I'm almost going to be spending 6 million on this location. So let's take a look at it real quick. We're heading towards it right now. Style by Todd, 156,000 per week. 4.2 million is the valuation. I tried 5.8 million yesterday. It was not a go. And 5.9 is where it's at. And I don't understand this. You're kneecapping yourself here, AI. You're kneecapping yourself. You need more chairs. How annoying. All right, let's go check this place out. Now that we just spent almost 6 million on a business that's only worth 4.2 that was just opened like 2 days ago. Well, not really 2 days ago, but a number of days ago that are not equal to more than 30. I feel like Anakin yelling at Obi-Wan while he's lying there legless and armless. I hate you. All right, interior looks pretty good. It's actually pretty decent, not gonna lie. But we definitely need one more chair. And for whatever reason, the AI feels like a painting is more important. I don't know. We'll fix that though here shortly, but let's take a look at the business itself. So we know this one is Style by Todd. I changed the other one to our classic Brooklyn cuts, by the way. All right, so inventory looks all right. Let's change the pricing here because we already know that it's going to mess us up if we don't. Perfect, but yeah, 202 soda cans, but only 36 hair care product, which isn't very good. So we definitely need to change the logistics on that one. Add you there. Style by Todd. We'll give you 400. I think that should be enough. I'll give you another 400 there. 2,000, and we should be good for Style by Todd. Now, in terms of the actual employees, that's a different story. And in fact, I guarantee you this is all messed up. Yeah. All right. I'm going to get this taken care of real quick, and then we will take a look at the other businesses that we might be able to take from her today on day 210. So I'll see you here in a sec. Okay, so all those hours are fixed, thankfully. So now we just need to take care of the fact that it's handicapped at 25 out of 30 customers. But first, before we do that, let's take a look at our other businesses here. So we know that these ones are going to be out of reach right now. We know this. We already know this. So we're going to look from the bottom up, and I'm not going to take out these graphic designers. They're losing money. Now, granted, could I fix them and make money out of them? Well, yeah, absolutely. That's not going to be difficult, but I'd rather her have things bringing her weekly income down. So I'm going to just take down basically whatever the most expensive place is. So this one's 1.1 million. I'm at 1. We know, let's see, this is books around the corner. So we know this one's going to be a little bit, just a little bit over our reach. But if we go down a little bit more, I don't know if I want to take another hairdresser, but I might as well just take a look to see. 804,000. Let's see if she'll take $1 million. She very likely won't. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so we know that one's out of reach for us. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Another salad by Todd. Where is this one at? It's also Hell's Kitchen. 75 square meter. Okay. This one she probably will give to us. I imagine she will. Let's try 800. More than double. Yeah, I figured. Cool. Let's take a look at this schedule here. I'm sure it's completely wonky and wrong. So we're just going to remove everybody here. Do that. Kill the entire schedule. Move it over to 9 to 5. That one more time there. And we're just going to do this together right now. So we know we have a full-timer here. Turn that back on real quick. And then we have a part-timer. That's perfect. So that's what we need there. I don't know why we have 2 part-timers for cleaning when we only need 1. That's funny. All right, let's see what we have here. Hopefully we have mostly full-timers, which that is seemingly not the case so far. So this is what I don't understand about the AI. The AI does not do its hiring properly, typically. So, there we go. I guess we do have enough full-timers at least. All right. So we know that Monday through Friday are taken care of. We'll turn that off. Remove everyone here, as well as here. So we know we're working with the full-timers in case we need to bring them in. So Neil will get the cash register. We will get rid of probably... Yeah, we'll get rid of Larry because he wants no morning shifts, which we're doing no evening shifts, thankfully, right now. So Ronald gets to be our part-timer, thankfully. We'll move him there and move Neil back there. All right, so now for the hairdressers. So it looks like the AI did actually mostly appropriately hire. But we still have to bring in 1 full-timer for both days, which is okay. We'll bring Diane for the next one. And get everyone else scheduled, and then this place will be good to go. And we'll leave it open. We'll just make sure that, first off, pricing-wise, we have to make sure everything's congruent, or else we will run into problems. We want these places to be maximized in terms of their earning potential when we take them over. Oh wait, we already have a style by Todd there. All right, so we got to make sure that these names are different here. I think this is what, the bigger one? Yeah, okay. So this will be... There you go. That's fine with me. Change this logo here. Boom. Same thing here. Boom. Okay. So we're good there. I need to do the logistics for number 2. Oops, I put a Y on that one. I'll fix that here in a second. We'll do, I think 200 should be sufficient. It's only a 75. I can't imagine this place would need more than that. Boom. There we go. Okay, so we know that we are pretty much in a good position to start doing more of her larger businesses here shortly. I mean, really, so this one's now valuated at 3.8 million. We just need to get probably like 5 million, to be quite honest, which that shouldn't be too hard. We could also just try, you know, taking her from the bottom up instead of top down, but I really feel like top down makes the most sense because it'll make it more rapid for her to have a downfall. So let's push the days forward until we have at least 5 million, unfortunately, and we'll see what she's got going on at that point. So see you guys here once I'm there. So we now have 5.3 million. Hopefully this should be enough to try to take over her most recent location here, or her most expensive location. So we're going to start with, so the valuation is 3.6 million, as you can see. Maybe you can see. Yeah, you can. Okay, good. I'm going to try 4.3. Let's see what happens. Okay, 4.5. 4.6. 4.7. Oh my god. Okay, what about 4.8? This business is not worth this much. These rivals are very tough customers. There we go. 5.1 million. Oh my god. And yet again, they have handicapped themselves with 25 customers per hour rather than the appropriate 30 by adding an extra chair. It also means that the schedule's probably messed up as well. But guess what? We're not going to really care about that right now. At least I really don't feel like it. Though they do have some full-timers here. That's interesting. It's got them all situated there. Interesting. All right, we'll see what happens. We'll just let the game continue this very haphazardly built schedule. We're even gonna leave it handicapped at 25. We're not gonna mess with that right now because we want to get some stuff going here. We got other buildings to take over here. I'm gonna at least throw logistics at it. Ooh, not 4,000. There, that should be more than sufficient. All right. So next we need to look at her next highest up business, and it's 3.6 million as well, which likely means we need another 5 million to freaking buy this place. It gets kind of monotonous, not gonna lie. It really does, trying to figure out what to do between, you know, going through all these days. And I mean, it's day 221. And I am still giving myself that soft cap of not being able to build new businesses, only buying out. So I guess if that's the case, why don't I just look? Is there anything I can take over? I have 290,000. Is there anything I can take over that's... Nope. Nope. Her cheapest location is 369,000. Cool. What about these other rivals? 1.8 million. 190. I mean, it's just an office. It's not worth it. So yeah, let's I guess meet back up again once we get enough money to take over Jessica Johnson. I mean, at this point, this is our goal, is to take over all the businesses and wipe her out. So I'm thinking it might be more appropriate to just try to get as much money as I possibly can in order to buy out everything. That's going to be a while. So why don't we meet up at that point? See you guys here in what will probably be quite a while for me, but for you, 1 second. Huh. 100% still. Anyway, I'll see you guys here in a second. All right, folks, so I am back. I have 10.6 million currently. We are going to try to get the top 2 businesses that Jessica has here. Now, she still has 14 businesses remaining. She's still making 1.1 million a week. I'm at 3.7 with 44 businesses. Man, liquor stores in mass is just insane how much more money you make on like everything else. Anyway, going back to Jessica here. So let's see if we can get this one first. Let's try 4.6 million. Okay, 5 million. Please just take 5. 5.1. This is ridiculous. Should not cost this much to take over a place that's only worth 3.7 million. Like, that's an absurd amount of money for just that. Anyway, we took that over. So now let's take away her next one. We're just gonna throw everything at it. Okay, I guess that doesn't work. So 5.2 million. Oh, thank you. It worked on both. So that should have, yep, brought her right back down. So now her highest is still kebabs, but we're in a better spot now. We've knocked her down almost 300,000. Yep. 300,000 right there. So that should hopefully add us to up to 4 million a week. At this point, I'm obviously going to have to do some fixing here. So let's see. I think I already fixed this one. Yeah, I ended up fixing this place. I didn't do the extra chair yet. I don't care about that, but the schedule was bad. I kept getting messages from all the employees saying that they were unhappy with their position. Well, that's not my fault originally, so I fixed it. So everyone else is happy here. Now we just need to fix everything else, which I'm pretty certain that all these are probably going to be messed up. I don't know what these hours are. That is ridiculous. Oh my God. And look, there's like people here. Here's what I don't understand. There are employees here with 0 hours altogether, yet somehow they're not quitting their business. Why does the AI not get this? Why do I get punished for things like this? Which I don't, obviously, I don't let these people just sit here permanently. No, they're just gonna quit. But why don't they quit from the AI? I think that's very strange. So, I don't know. I mean, like 4 hours a week. This is a full-timer. He's getting 4 hours. Terrible. We're just gonna clear all this out. None of this makes any sense at all. Get rid of that. We'll work from 6 until 12. 18-hour days. Fix that all across the board. Let's see what we got working with. So we have part-timer, full-timer with no evening. And another full-timer. Perfect. Okay, so no night shifts. No evening shifts. All right. So we'll put them there. And then we have how many more? Do we have any more full-timers? No evening. Man. Okay, so what if you were here? Is that technically a night shift? No. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to turn on schedule for all days. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now we have part-timers that we need to work with. Norman only wants to work 4 days a week. That's okay. We'll figure him out. Israel doesn't want to work weekends. That's also okay with me. Perfect. Okay, so now let's get the cleaning done here first. So full-timer. Perfect, perfect. No evening. What do you want? Okay, let's move you here. Move Edith over. No night shifts. 4 days a week. My God. I don't think that counts as night shifts, right? Perfect. go. He's happy. Now there's one more that I need to add. 4 days a week. That's fine. Okay, so that's all situated. So let's turn off shared schedule all days. Let's make sure this 4 day a week person is gone. That 4 day a week person is gone. Okay, perfect. So now I just need a couple more part-timers here. So this is a cash register. Lillian could go there. And then we need... Oh, jeez. We have another full-timer here? Okay, that's not going to be helpful. All right, well, that'll have to suffice there. And Ellen, now that we have this, let's just get rid of all these. Ellen can work a very long shift. That should suffice there. No night shift still. Perfect. He's at 23. Oh, and this is another full-timer. How many full-timer cleaners do we have? Oh my god. He wants 4 days a week. All right, that's not gonna work. Let's take Bruce off. He's not gonna work out. Sorry, Bruce. You're gone. Bye-bye. He's already got his 4 weeks. It's already full time. All right, I guess it's up to James. Oh man, they really kneecap you, don't they? Can I fit Bruce in somehow in these days here? He wants 4 days, so we'll give him these 2 days plus. Get rid of James there. I know he's only at 6 hours right now, but he'll be back up. So he's at 17 there. What if I bring him here and throw it on there? Perfect. Damn. No afternoon shifts. You know what? Sorry, Ellen. That's not gonna work. You're just gonna have to suck it up a little bit. Oh, he's already 4 days. Damn. Damn. These are some just awful candidates. Or employees, I should say. They really are. Just not at all helpful. Can we please go there? Thank you. Damn. Already 4. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Let's do this. Where's Paul? Okay, Paul, come over here. Perfect. Now, Ellen, go there. Okay. What a pain in the butt trying to work with all this. No weekends, part-time, critical. Yep. Part-time, critical. Perfect. No morning shifts. Okay, that's fine. Do we have any more part-timers? You're already 4 days a week. All right, so we'll just stretch you out here. So Lisa and Scott are on the latter end of the day. Tony and Lillian. Okay, I think that's everybody. I think everyone should be happy at this point. I mean, yeah, James doesn't want night shifts. Well, too bad. All right, we got it situated now. Everything should be good to go here. Kebabs, huh? Let's call this something else. Let's call this, well, what are we selling? I don't even know what we're selling. Kebabs, French fries, salad, soda, hot dogs. You know, I don't normally show all this, like, you know, background stuff just because, I mean, you guys have seen it so many times, but at this point, I'm trying to find things to throw in here because, I mean, frankly speaking, because the game is obviously still in early access, not everything is fleshed out. The gameplay loop, and Hovguard, this is for you especially, there needs to be something in between. Yeah, I could just keep opening businesses over and over again, but that's still the same thing. Like, there's no extra. And casino, I'm sorry, it does not count. It really doesn't. That's not, you can only do it on Friday, first off. And second, it's not really gameplay. That's just like an extra, really, when you think about it. Because how many times have I gone to casino in my playthroughs? Twice? That's it? Just to get through the objective? Beyond that, I mean, I don't use it very much, ever. I know you guys nerfed it because people were abusing it, I'm sure. But there needs to be something extra because there's just not enough going on for me to figure out what else to do here while I'm just basically doing maintenance for all my things. Anyway, little rant aside, the game is still amazing, guys. Don't take this the wrong way. It's a great game, don't get me wrong. But, you know, when you love something, you have to criticize it sometimes. And I love this game, and I think it deserves a little bit of criticism when it comes to the gameplay loop. I want it to succeed. If I didn't care about it, I wouldn't care to say anything. I'd just be flopping away and not really caring, to be quite honest. I'd just be doing, you know, cuts all day into just buying businesses and leaving it at that. But I really do genuinely care about this game and making sure that it does well. And I want it to do well. I want it to succeed. I want it to be one of those games that people look back and say, hey, remember like 10 years ago, that awesome business sim, Big Ambitions? Man, what a classic, right? Yes, this game has the potential to be a classic. We just all have to be sure to help it get there. That's what we want, right? Anyway, let's call this Big Kebabs. Bob's Big Kebabs. There we go. And let's do... Don't really have a kebab image, unfortunately. We'll just... I know it's fast food. We'll just do this. Let's do... Yeah, there you go. That's fine. What if the background is white? Oh, it's not so bad. Okay. Cool. Schedule's still good. We still need to do logistics for this place. Bob's Big Kebabs. We're not selling burgers. We are selling French fries. Let's do 3,000. Let's do 800 there. 400? No. Let's do 700. 600 soda. 600 kebabs, hopefully. No, it's gonna need 1,200. Ooh, not 12,000. We'll do 4,000 paper bags. So I always have to go back and make sure that I'm actually getting enough of my items here. And by the way, so it's day 240. The IRS is on my butt right now. They want 6 point something million. Obviously, I didn't pay them yet because, you know, I want to buy businesses. But one thing I ran into during this whole process was, first it was Seaside Internationals, and then it was Jet Cargo, and then it was United Ocean Import, and then it was Seaside Internationals again with being out of a product. And so it took extra time because my businesses were losing products because they were completely out of stock. So for instance, all the liquor stores, there were no bottles of wine. And one of my biggest sellers is bottles of wine. And it was just destroying my business. I think I lost, during that period of time, I think it was somewhere around like 150,000 a day, because without the bottles of wine, there's not an incentive for a lot of people to show up and buy liquor. So it kind of sucked. All right, so let's do 8,000 chicken kebabs here. Order that. go back to logistics at the main central warehouse. This guy here, let's actually sort it by product type. Chicken kebab skewer. Let's do 5,000. Hopefully that gets us to where we want, rather. And that way we can handle adding this 1,200 here, because right now obviously there's 1,196 in the warehouse when there should be more at this point, so that's fine. The other place we took over, LNH Fruit Market, which is perfect. And of course, just like the other location, they have kneecapped themselves to half capacity than what they can actually do because they don't put in an extra scale. What the hell? All right, let's call this, let's see, where are we here? We're in Hell's Kitchen. HK Fruit Market, save, boom. Oof. That's better. We'll just leave it at that. That's fine. All right. So as always, I'm sitting in my apartment, my completely bare and I don't care apartment. Yeah, more jet cargo here. We're sorry to inform you the hair care product is currently out of stock. Great. Jeez. Anyway, we do need to do the logistics for HK Fruit Market. Oh, they're definitely going to need more than that. Damn. Let's try 1,000 for each one. We'll add more to the purchasing agent. I think that'll be sufficient. Let's do 700 here. We'll try that. Head back to this guy here. Let's see. Yeah. Let's do 3,000. Hopefully I have the pallet space for all this. I really wish there was an easier way to see what your pallet space is without having to just go there. It'd be cool to have like a number in your warehouse when you're like in Bizman and whatnot that says like, okay, so I go here, go to inventory. I like maybe over here on this side, since there's just nothing here, requirements and alerts, you've got to be able to code a way to put like, okay, you have this many pallet shelves, this many slots, because it's 60, boxes per pallet shelf. This is how many boxes you have remaining. And then maybe a way to see, what each item does in terms of boxes. So like, how many items are in a single box, etc. Because you're obviously doing the purchasing agent on a item basis, not a box basis. So that's just a thought. Just a thought. It'd be cool to know. The biggest and most important thing for a lot of things is information. And if you have the information that gives you the tools that you need to succeed without having to go into different, all sorts of different spots to see what's going on. Anyway, we might as well go take a gander at the warehouse because with everything that I'm adding on here, it's very possible that things could get out of hand here. So let's head over to the central warehouse, which I believe is this one. Yep. I'm gonna run through the red light and almost get hit, because that's what we do. All right, we have arrived and we are parking appropriately. There we go. Nope. There. All right, so it looks like there's still a decent amount of pallet space available. I mean, it's pretty full, but I believe we'll be okay. There's these 5, and then I think there's one there, and there's I think another couple over here. Yeah, so that should be more than enough doing the increase that I did. Did I actually fix this one? No. This is where I'll send all 3,000 over. Now, is the other location equipped for this? Because I really don't know. Let's do 6,000 there. Yeah, this is gonna suck. There's only 577 hair care product. We need a minimum stock of 2,000. We're not gonna get it. We're flat out not gonna get it because it's been out of stock forever. All right, I think everything else looks good there. Perfect. All right. Where do we stand at this point in time? Well, we for sure kneecapped Jessica. We took a few of her businesses today. I don't think we're actually going to be able to do all of them in today's video, just because, I mean, factoring in how long it's going to take for me to get to that point in terms of the daily amounts that I'm accruing. Again, without building new businesses. I'm sure if I was building new businesses, it would be a much different story. I'd be able to basically get tons more money. But because we're in the spot we're at, by my own, you know, hand, I'm continuing that challenge, if you will, of no new businesses on my own, just buying out businesses. I've kind of, you know, done it to myself here, but let's do this real quick together, and then we will probably end it for today with Jessica. We still are definitely going after her, but she survives another round, unfortunately for her, fortunately, but for us, unfortunately. But let's see where we sit here. We're gonna do 2 days. We're gonna get to 8 a.m. first. So we made 503, and again, we're being reminded by Jack Cargo that, hey, guess what? We don't have the product. That's fine. Now let's do 24 hours. Let's see how we do. I'm hoping we clear 600 on a weekday, and we got worse. Cool. Cool. That makes sense. Makes total sense. Excellent. So why did we do worse? Well, let's see. All insurance is fine. Our outgoing expenses are minuscule. Liquor Madness is losing money. Yeah, we just lost money across the board, it looks like. Yeah, everyone lost around 2 grand, roughly. It is what it is, but we'll get it figured out. But yeah, for now, it looks like today's episode is done. We are still going to be working on Jessica. We've knocked her down to 10th place from 6th, first off. Second, we've goaded her into attacking us, and she has already done so, and now look at her businesses. They're starting to fall. And she's lost a very minuscule amount more, but it's still, she's lost more. So I think in the next episode, we'll be able to do a little bit more. I mean, still 3.4 million on her businesses here to buy them out, which you can expect that to be the case for this one and this one. I mean, they're all going to be that. I mean, probably even this one's probably 3. Nope, 2. Okay. But you can imagine, so if we're looking at her here, so let's just say we're going to overshoot here because we've already experienced this with how she is basically making us pay like almost 2 million more than what the actual business is worth. So let's just pretend here. So 5, 10, 14, you know, another 4. So 18, 22. I mean, we're looking at multiple tens of millions of dollars just to buy her out altogether, which, truth be told, I might just honestly do a little bit of background days to get it going, just to get to that point so we can buy her out. I'm not entirely sure if I'm actually going to do that, but that's an idea that I have in my mind, so we'll think about it. But as always, guys, I do appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that button down below and subscribe. There will be more big ambitions coming, obviously, and once new updates come out, I'll be talking about them as well. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, of course, and as always, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.